Yo guys, it's Subataxeries and welcome to COD Declassified. Today we're going to be taking a look at 5 Black Ops 5 theories that you need to know. We're going to go over setting, Battle Pass and DLC, the engine/movements, the Battle Royale, and teases that we have already possibly gotten. So let's go ahead and jump into it. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like on the video, and if you are new, then make sure to subscribe and hit the little bell icon to turn on notifications. Let's jump into it. So obviously, the first thing that we need to talk about is who the hell is making Call of Duty 2020? And at this point, it's pretty obvious who it is. It's Treyarch, along with assistance from, weirdly enough, Sledgehammer Games and Raven Software, a studio who has been a staple in pretty much every Call of Duty, even releasing their own, albeit a remaster, with Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Now, rumors have been circulating since a report from Kotaku last year that Call of Duty 2020 was supposed to be a Sledgehammer Games and Raven Software cooperative Call of Duty, with Sledgehammer Games having actually the support role this time around. This was strange considering the fact that Sledgehammer Games is a very accomplished studio, having worked on Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and most recently Call of Duty World War II. So it was a little bit strange that Sledgehammer Games, who was and is a big part of the Call of Duty franchise, was going to take a back seat to the new main studio, Raven Software. Now, those rumors also go on to say in the article that Sledgehammer Games and Raven Software were unable to work together, whether it was two different design philosophies, whether it was two different time eras that they wanted to go with. At the end of the day, Call of Duty 2020 struggled in development, which led to Activision having to call upon Treyarch to come in and fix the whole thing. So Treyarch, as of the rumors, and according to our theories at this point, is going to be the main studio for Call of Duty 2020, trying to salvage what was made by Raven Software and by Sledgehammer Games into a new Call of Duty for 2020. With that said, let's go ahead and talk about the era. This is the rumor that's going around and the theory that's going around, but apparently Call of Duty 2020 is set to take place in the Cold War era. Apparently, Sledgehammer Games and Raven Software were working on a Vietnam War era game, which honestly isn't that surprising considering Sledgehammer Games a long time ago was tasked with making a new Call of Duty set in the Vietnam era. So when you take 2 and 2 together, Sledgehammer Games working on a Vietnam War/Cold War era game, having it all scrapped, Treyarch coming in and apparently looking to reuse some of those assets, you get a new Call of Duty Cold War era Black Ops game. Now this will be interesting because the last time we got a Call of Duty game specifically from Treyarch in this era was back in Black Ops 1. That was mildly set during the Cold War/Vietnam War era, and so it'll be interesting to see if they're able to completely reboot the story in a new direction or whether it will have any kind of connection to any previous Black Ops universe. According to rumors and leaks, even the name Black Ops might not be used in the final game title. It could just be called Call of Duty Cold War. Switching gears from there, let's go ahead and talk about the Battle Pass and the DLC. Coming in with Modern Warfare, a lot of people were, needless to say, pretty upset at the thought of more supply drops and microtransactions making their way into a premium Call of Duty. When word got out that there was game files for supply drops, the narrative quickly changed, and Infinity Ward, in a very smart and a very great move, decided to do away with supply drops. Not only do away with supply drops, but actually do away with the entire paid DLC model in favor of instead selling battle passes, and boy has it paid off. Recent reports say that Call of Duty Modern Warfare is making more money now, is retaining more money as well, and has a bigger audience than any current gen Call of Duty has ever had. So clearly, the free DLC, free maps, free modes, and free content ultimately made for a big gamble that very much paid off. This actually ended up also affecting Black Ops 4, where recently they even started to add a way for you to unlock weapons in-game that were previously locked behind supply drops as a more easily obtainable way of unlocking via in-game time. Simply trading reserves or Black Ops 4's version of supply drops for a weapon that you specifically want. This is huge huge news, and it could mean that with the success of Modern Warfare's DLC model and Black and Battle Pass model, we could see a return of free DLC and Battle Passes returning with Call of Duty 2020. Now do keep in mind that Zombies is a completely different beast. It's way more popular and it's way more mainstream than Spec Ops ever was for Modern Warfare, so it'll be interesting to see how they monetize, if they monetize at all, Call of Duty Zombies for COD 2020. It might be exempt from that free DLC model. Let me know what you think about that in the comments below. Moving on from there, let's talk about the engine. What is Call of Duty going to feel like in 2020? Well, as we all know, advanced movement was kind of a detour for Call of Duty with Infinite Warfare and with Black Ops 3. A lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people liked Black Ops 3, but they were ready to go back to boots on the ground. And it's why we saw Call of Duty World War II and most recently Modern Warfare and Black Ops 4 as boots on the ground Call of Duties. But are we due for a return to advanced movement? Well, David Vonderhaar apparently doesn't think so. When someone recently asked him about advanced movement, he all but laughed at the idea of having advanced movement in any Call of Duty in the future. So it's safe to assume that Call of Duty 2020 will have no advanced movement. We're looking at another boots on the ground Call of Duty. In fact, most recently, we did get some leaked pre-alpha gameplay for Call of Duty 2020. A lot of people seem to think it's legit, myself included, and in this leaked gameplay, it was all boots on the ground, and it also seemed to be confirming a older era Call of Duty setting. Speaking of advanced movement, that kind of has to tie into the engine that Call of Duty 2020 is going to use. At this point, it is rumored by Victor, a very credible leaker within the Call of Duty community, that Call of Duty 2020 will use its own engine and not the most recent, highly polished and highly touted IW engine. This new engine that released with Call of Duty Modern Warfare allowed for some amazing fidelity in graphics and immersion and lighting, basically taking Call of Duty to a new graphical level, but it's rumored that Call of Duty 2020 will use its own engine. Now, the reason behind this is twofold. One, this new engine that Infinity Ward came up with is a relatively new engine. It's going to take a lot of time and a lot of effort to actually learn how to use this and incorporate things that are Treyarch specific, dolphin dives for instance. So it would take a while for them to be able to publish a Call of Duty with this engine that is new and revamped, and to be able to release a Call of Duty within what was rumored to be now a only year-and-a-half venture. So if I had to put money down, this theory is that Call of Duty Black Ops 2020 will in fact use its own engine, maybe a revamped version of it, but I would guess mostly unchanged from Black Ops 4 due to time constraints and an inability to learn about the new engine within the allotted time. So don't be surprised if Call of Duty 2020 looks slightly but not vastly better than Call of Duty Black Ops 4. And now let's talk about our final theory, Battle Royale / Warzone. What's going to happen? We had Blackout with Call of Duty Black Ops 4. There were rumors circulating that Call of Duty 2020 was going to get a return of a remastered Blackout, but then we got Warzone, a completely, at this point, standalone Battle Royale experience for Call of Duty, and one that is rumored to be a cross-generational game. It's going to come out for PS5, it's going to come out for Xbox Series X, and not only that, but it's now rumored by Long Sensation that Call of Duty 2020 will have an in-game menu option for you to immediately make your way over to Warzone. This will be interesting considering that Warzone uses Modern Warfare textures and models, and is very much Modern Warfare centric, even down to the gunplay. So how could you incorporate a Battle Royale that is tailor-made for Modern Warfare into a Treyarch specific game? Well, we'll definitely have to wait and see, but for now the theory is that Call of Duty Warzone will actually be integrated with Treyarch and become a single standalone mode that travels through different Call of Duty titles. This means that Modern Warfare 2 could also specifically be attached to Warzone and Black Ops 6 if you want to keep going in that direction. So don't be surprised if with Call of Duty 2020 you see the return and a revamping of Warzone to fit a more Treyarch narrative and a more Treyarch aesthetic. But anyways guys, those are 5 Call of Duty Black Ops 5 theories that you need to know. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think, and let me know if you guys are excited for the release and ultimately the super late reveal of Call of Duty 2020. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Once again, if you enjoyed it, drop a like on the video. It's super appreciated and incredibly helpful. And if you are new to the channel, obviously make sure you are subscribed here to COD Declassified and hit that little notification bell. Don't miss a single upload. I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.